Hello everyone and welcome to your Tuesday Thoughts Tarot, coming to you today Tuesday the 30th of June. This is the last day of the month before we head into new energy, a new month. Already this week has begun with Monday 29th being Mercury retrograde. We are having Jupiter move signs, so we'll be moving into Leo. We've also just had on Monday Capricorn full moon, and I've just found out today I've lost a close friend. She passed away, and she was not only a friend but she was a teacher, a spiritual teacher, and brought me through my angelic Reiki journey, and she also was a client. So it's always a real compliment when your teacher comes to you for a session, and we had great chats, great conversations, and it makes me want to look back at my the information that came up for her, and some of it I do remember, and it was interesting now because she is kind of in this kaleidoscope world. She has moved to the next side, and I'm sure it is much more colourful, which was coming through last time for her. Colourful, lots of colours. Marie, rest in peace, and hopefully we will be in touch again. I'm a medium, I'm a healer, I'm a tarot reader, a Reiki practitioner, and an artist as well. So all of those kind of creative, psychic, intuitive elements come together in my work. But today, even though it is a little bit solemn after hearing that news, it's funny because recently I was at my hometown in Donegal in Ireland, and we have a rally, an international rally. And the rally was cancelled on the evening of the second day, and we didn't go into the third day, due to a great tragedy there as well, where a very young man, 15, lost his life when he was a car sort of spun out of control and hit the hedge that he was standing at, and he was only 15. And so there seem to be a lot of deaths at the moment that are maybe unexpected, sudden, and hard to explain. That feels that that's coming through, and even though as a medium and as someone who had a near-death experience, I understand what happens on the other side and how it is very tempting to stay, because it's so amazing. So I understand that next phase that people need to go through, because that is their purpose, that is their life time, their timeline moves on to that timeline. And it makes me interested in the astrology of the moment as well, the astrology for these individuals. It'd be very interesting to know that. But also we've had a massive earthquake in Venezuela, so 51,000 people missing, there's a lot of death, unexpected. So it feels to me that there might be more unexpected things, deaths coming through, which is desperately sad and difficult to comprehend, because mostly you might have someone who has an illness, or a long illness, or a chronic illness, or some sort of disease or illness that puts them in the whole way, let's say, towards their final days. But if you've not had that, if it's just out of the blue and some random reason, then it's hard to get your head around. When someone was so in your life and so vibrant and had so much work to do. And I've lost a few people like that, particularly spiritual people, spiritual teachers, and they had so much left to give. But when I guess the option was there, they chose to stay, which was their time. they do say that we have many exit routes, many exit times, and often we will have passed over in our sleep many times, but we always chose to come back. But then when the time is right, the time is right, and you make the decision to stay if that's right for you. So my blessings to everyone who's lost someone recently, to anyone who's having anniversaries. I've lit a little candle now for Anne-Marie, and it's peony and rose, so it smells beautiful. So just bringing that peaceful flame, that fire that stays ignited within everyone, and just that respectful lighting of a candle in memory of someone, just bringing that in today as well. Anne-Marie would be the type of person who would say, you know, get on with your stuff, there's much more to do. So I'm going to read you some cards today. We'll see where it goes. Anne-Marie was very much a fan of the dragons, so we've got dragons. She was very much into Egyptian goddesses, so we've got the Egyptian cards. She was also very connected to Mother Mary. I might get emotional now. So we've got Mother Mary cards, and then I thought I'd bring in some colour cards at the end. So we'll only do a few tarot. We're only just kind of getting a gist of the energy at the moment. And I feel it's less a tarot reading for you for what's coming up in the week. It's more just sitting with this energy, and let's see what Spirit wants to advise us with regards to this energy. So I hope you're well. Thank you for watching. Okay, that's come out. Oh, communication, 8 of Wands, quick communication. So we might be hearing from someone, we might be receiving emails, text messages, voice notes, and psychic communication, telepathy from other places, other countries, other realms, other dimensions. And the communication may come thick and fast. So that's wonderful. It's speedy. It's movement that goes quick. There's no holding back with the 8 of Wands. Okay, then we've got another one. Oh. We have the 4 of Wands. 4 of Wands is sort of celebration. It is a new home. It is moving into somewhere, perhaps with a partner or a marriage, and cohabiting. It's definitely a celebration. And 4 is all about stability. Beautiful. Interesting. Oh, another one. Justice, legal, law, contracts, lawyers, legal documents, wills, tenancy agreements, employment contracts, seeing through the veil, but seeing and bringing forward information to bring balance, legal aspects, balance, structure. Let's just do one more card. Oh, I think we've got 2, so we'll take that. So we have the World, which can be different parts of the world. It can also be cycles, new cycle, or cycles repeating themselves. And then we have the 10 of Cups, which is kind of happy ever after. The Cups are all about love. Cups are all about the heart. So it's kind of bringing you to that fulfilled sense, that fulfilled of love, fulfilled of comfort, fulfilled of feeling secure. So much love and abundance. It's a 10. Can't get much love than that. So we have fast communication. We have the 8 of Wands. So he's shooting off these arrows of wands. And wands are creative ideas. They're, everything that you're passionate about, and you're firing them off the bow and arrow, hoping that they'll land, hoping that they'll reach somewhere. And it can be that, you're throwing a lot of things out there at the one time. But for me, this is about messages. There's going to be a lot of messages coming in very quickly. And it could be to do with a new home, changes in your home, moving into a new home. So these messages may be related to your new home. So you might be getting emails saying you've just bought a house. You might be getting messages about and communications with regard to a wedding, a marriage, someone changing their home, someone maybe moving in and out of a home. That could be the contract. It could be mortgages. It could be ownership of a home. This legal aspect coming in. It could be marriage. And she's very wise. She's got the owl there, so she'll listen to the owl to bring forward this wisdom, to communicate with us. The Justice has got the sword. The sword is the air quality, the mind, the intellect, the intelligence, everything, mind-related thought. And so she's connecting with us through our thoughts. And spiritual law is different to human law. So there's a level of spiritual justice will be done here. There's this purple behind her. So spiritual justice will be done. Spiritual contracts with regards to this home, with regards to this celebration, this success and celebration is going to be here. So it could very well be marriage. Messages, marriage, contract. Could be in a different part of the world, moving to a different part of the world. It's almost like a Merkaba, but also it's like the wreath that the Grand Prix winner would win. So you've achieved a certain amount, finalizing this cycle and stepping into this other cycle. But this celebratory, you might also, so we'll do it. So celebrating that abundance of love, that family connection. So I'm just going to read it now as spiritually for my friend. So sending messages. There'll be messages and communications coming out. So we have to keep our eyes open. And with past loved ones, you can't ask them to send you a particular message. You can say, if you want to communicate, send me something. A lot of people go with like the butterfly or the robin or the bee, and I've already seen butterflies today when I was out and about. But give it something difficult. Pick something that's random, that's difficult, that between you and them, you're saying, show me this. When you're around, find a way to show me this, or show me something that's not classical, because the messages and the communications will be available and will be quick. So we might be hearing from our friend quicker than we thought, because she has returned home. She's returned to her new home. She is in celebration. She's walking with that wreath, and she's been welcomed and celebrated back into the home, back into her new home, her place of security, the force secure, safety, stability, the structure within her, the 1111. Amazing energy here. So it's that welcoming in, and we also have the blossoms, the garlands here. So imagine the flowers, the peonies, the rose, and the whole town has come out to meet her. The whole town is coming out. You see that? They're all coming out in celebration of her arrival back home. Because that was the contract. That was the soul contract. That was her contracted time. Those were her contracted hours. She has fulfilled it, and a balance has been regained for her. Justice has been served where it needs to be served. But she is coming into this new contract, perhaps, with wisdom. She has gained so much wisdom in her earthly realm, but she's going past the veil now, because this earthly contract is finished. And then we would look at this as the wreath, as the memorial, bringing in all aspects, the eagle, the spirit, the angels, the land, the fire. We're bringing in all of these different aspects, the air. We have this person who is wrapped in purple. So her taking her spirituality with her, being reborn. So this is almost like the new womb. So returning to her place of origin and memory of that, what am I trying to say, memorial of that, but also it's a symbol of, people often have wreaths and things next to the coffin or the graveyard, as an element of respect and memory, and yeah, so a new cycle is beginning. So this cycle has ended and a new cycle is beginning with her family. She's been reunited with her family. She's been reunited with this joy. She's been overwhelmed with love. 10 of Cups is so much love. So she will have this structure, this home, this place that she's returning to that will hold her. And she'll meet all of those people that brought her joy and brought that childlike wonder. And it is hard to think of things that way. So it's very noisy with the window open. It's hard to think of things that way when we lose people. But we need to understand, as I was given when I had my near-death experience. I'm calling it that. Call it what you will. But I call it that. It was up here in the right hand in front of me, this kind of right hand coordinate was people have the wrong idea about death. Because you will be returned to your fullness, to true love, to the full heart. 10 of Cups doesn't get better than that. That is full love and family, reuniting with family. But people wonder and are a little bit concerned. Sometimes there's people they don't want to reunite with, and that won't happen. It's about love. It's about holding you in love. So the people that do come to meet you will be the ones that will hold you in love. Beautiful. Beautiful. So I'm just going to close the window because that's a bit noisy. Okay, so that's the tarot. That's all I'm going to do on the tarot today. Now I'm going to go to the dragons because she loved the dragons. So we'll see how that runs. These are Diana Cooper dragon cards. Give them a little shuffle and just welcome in any messages from Spirit, just to add to this read, which isn't really a classic read. It's just a little wondering as to where we are on the last day of June. So just be mindful as you're going into July that, life is short. It goes very quick. We expect, those who have had long illnesses to, eventually pass. We expect those who are older to be closer to passing. We understand that sometimes babies being born and miscarriages and newly born babies or premature babies don't always make it. We kind of understand certain circumstances, but if you're just a regular person, regular life, and there's not been anything major going on, it's hard to understand. So we have the Alpha Dragon first, then we have the Silver Lunar, then we have the Golden Atlantean. She would love that. She did Atlantean healing. So Alpha Dragon harnesses divine masculine power of creation. Destroy the old. Visualize your dream. Help manifest a new world. So let me just see if I can find this now. So this one tells us, these incredible galactic dragons carry Archangel Metatron's highest light. They help to create the universe that we live in and continue to breathe the yang energy of manifestation into our world. Because they have the power of physical manifestation, they work with our thoughts when we or the collective mind of humanity are ready to bring something into creation. They are enormous and powerful dragons. They only work for the highest good. As they can build, so can they destroy. They are entering our world now at the end of an old era and the start to new and the start of the new, to facilitate the destruction of that which no longer serves our planet and the construction of a new world at a much higher frequency. So I believe that these dragons are in because Archangel Metatron was certainly an angel that Anne-Marie would have worked with, and it's about manifesting her new world. So I believe she is in this period of creation, the darkness, the void, the blackness, like the Alpha Dragon is this creative womb where her energy is returning to the vastness of all creation in order to write. He's got the feather here, so it's almost like he's scribing the new life, scribing the new world that she wants to manifest, the new golden age. It's a card of raw power and creation, so very much linked into returning home to that creative, potent spark that we all are. Then we have Silver Lunar Dragon, which is interesting because yesterday was the full moon in Capricorn, which can be a bit difficult. Let me see if I can find this Silver Lunar Dragon. Okay. So the moon is a portal through which divine feminine light pours onto the earth. So the divine masculine and divine feminine. So we have that balance that the Justice card was bringing in with the weighing scales, divine feminine, divine masculine. Pours light onto the earth, it bathes the planet and more specifically connects to our causal chakra and helps activate it. Recently, 7th dimensional silver lunar dragons have been able to access this portal and stream into our dimension, particularly when the moon is full. They carry divine feminine light for their energy fields, and their mission is to touch us with it to prepare for the golden future. Anne-Marie was certainly doing that. So it has the qualities of peace, harmony, equality, cooperation, love, unity, wisdom, and we must harmonize those with the masculine, the Alpha Dragon. As these shimmering dragons touch our causal chakra and enable it to expand, unicorns are able to use the illuminated chakra as a portal to enter Earth and assist our ascension. In this way, the silver lunar dragons serve us and we serve the planet. So these dragons are bathing my friend in peace, harmony, equality, cooperation, love, unity, wisdom. They'll be close by her, helping her, supporting her, bringing her into balance. Very interesting. And then we have the Atlantean golden dragon, which is amazing because she was very much dealing with a lot of Atlantis energy. Beautiful pinks in this. Helps you remember the wisdom of golden Atlantis. Awaken, bring back your knowledge, gifts and talents, reclaim your mastery. So it says 7th dimensional golden Atlantean dragons hold the keys and codes of the awesome wisdom of golden Atlantis. The golden era of Atlantis lasted for 1,500 years, and during this time the people lived in harmony and happiness at the upper level of the 5th dimension. I wonder if she's telling us that's where she is. Humans, animals, the land itself radiated a golden aura, and everyone enjoyed soul satisfaction. Source energy powered the great crystal held in the temple of Poseidon, which was the power source of civilization. The awesome spiritual technology of Atlantis was activated by crystals and mind control. When we are ready to bring back our innate Atlantean knowledge and wisdom, golden Atlantean dragons come to us and reactivate the gifts and talents and information held within our DNA. So she has activated this 5th dimensional and above blueprint, and it contains the light of the incredible era of Atlantis. And perhaps Atlantis in some dimensional aspect exists still to this day as an energy place, and this could be where she has returned. It's working with the masters of Atlantis, dissolving the veils of amnesia, and the dragons will assist to do this. And it allows you to stand in your power as an Atlantean master. And she absolutely was an Atlantean master. So there's definitely a link for her in balancing and working with creation and her masculine, working with the lunar and her feminine, which is interesting, considering we have just had that full moon. And I'm returning to the Atlantean dimension, returning to the Atlantean vibration. So can we have a card for Anne-Marie, please? And from the Egyptians. And I welcome in Anne-Marie's energy whenever she wants to join. She was Welsh. I can still hear a bit of Welsh in her voice. Oh, so if you've turned over, I'll just I'll go it again. I'm not sure by then. Can I have a couple of cards, please, for, well, this one actually was one of the cards. So it's Nekhbet 23 and it's protection. So she is absolutely getting her new wings and is under protection. And I hope you can see that there's a great violet colour there. So the violet flame energy of protection is certainly with her. It's interesting because that's the second time that came out. Can I have another card, please, for my friend? And if you can see this, there's a sort of a white hat on this lady, but it's almost like that causal chakra. It's behind the head and above, and it's allowing in that light, that lunar light. It's almost like the aspect of spirit. You have the physical and then the aspect of spirit up and above. And we have Obsininuf, and it's fire spirit. So we had a lot of fire at the start, which was the 8 of Wands. Wands are fire, 4 of Wands. So fire at the start. Can I have one more, please? I actually think that came out as well. Are we getting the same cards for Anne-Marie? Well, I'll tell you what the other ones were, because I'll just try and pick one more. Well, one's turned upside down. So this one's turned upside down already. And it's Osiris, Heavenly Messages. Heavenly Messages. I think there was one which was renewal, rebirth and renewal that fell out. And there was one pregnancy and fertility, which all kind of go back to new life. Building a new life, right? Fertility and satisfaction. Okay, perfect. So let's see what this one, because this very much speaks to me about, because Anne-Marie did a lot with the Violet Flame as well, and actually my most recent upgrading workshop on the Violet Flame, because I use the Violet Flame quite a lot, and she was the first one to bring me through the Violet Flame teaching in depth, like proper training, so I could go on and do more, and then I did her top up workshop a couple of weeks ago. Oh dear, 23. The goddess has the vulture as her symbol, and she is closely associated with Mut, the vulture goddess. She is said to have existed from the beginning of time and be the creation of the world and the underworld. She watches over the dead, waiting to transform their eyes into brilliant light. That's why she came out twice. Wearing the white crown of the south, she is a protective goddess who is important in religious rituals and brings clear-sightedness to those working with spiritual principles. I wait and I pray over you so that you may awake with clear thinking and clear eyes. Never fear me, for I'm simply waiting for you to bring your plans to success. And as you're tested, I rejoice in your success. Your enemies will be defeated if they do you wrong, for that is why I have the Eye of Ra on my head. See me as a protector of those with strong spiritual principles. So yeah, very much the beginning here for me is what it's about. It's about this energy who watches over the dead and waits for their eyes to return to that brilliant light, waits for them to recognize and return to their brilliant soul light. So Nekbet, please look after Anne-Marie for us. And then we have the Fire Spirit 29. So the hawk-headed is one of the 4 sons of Horus, said to inhabit the human body as the fire spirit. He is best known as one of the funerary quaternary of the chthonic jars that are held the organs of the deceased, and in this case the intestines. Can be called upon to increase fire and energy levels in your body. You will feel his protective presence, again more protection, as he assists you with self-healing. So the energy of that self-healing, that fire, that perhaps digesting this new aspect that, is part of her experience, burning away the old life and bringing in the new. I come now from the west to give you new life. I refresh the brethren with fire energy. Work with me and dear Sekhmet, for many changes are coming into your life. Certainly, changes are coming for her, and I know Anne-Marie worked a lot with Sekhmet. Okay, and then we have Osiris, Heavenly Messages, 27. It's all around the 20s. Osiris was married to Auset and was the Pharaoh of Egypt. Together they ruled in a wise and fair manner. Osiris has a beautiful green energy, and his wise counsel should be sought when trying to understand the great mysteries of life, death, and eternal life. Now I am a star in the sky, and the dead join me there. And they have messages for you. They say they have made it safely to the other side and are happy to be free from difficult earthly life. And they often sail joyfully with me in my solar bark through the sky. From there, they will send you love and blessings and gratitude for accepting their transition. Sorry, my phone's going. Hang on. So sorry about that. I just had to take a call, which is funny, isn't it? When I had it said that the messages would be coming in quickly, messages, emails, texts, phone calls, things like that coming in. But this is the sign that I was asking for, but I wasn't quite sure what to ask for. And it is saying, and it got me a bit emotional there, you've made it safely to the other side and are happy to be free from a difficult earthly life. And you're sailing joyfully through the sky. And she is sending love and blessings and gratitude for accepting her transition. And that is it. We on the earth, it is our duty to accept this. It's very difficult. It's not easy. It's very challenging and upsetting. But we actually have to accept it. And it says a time of challenges will be followed by great joy. So I believe that Anne-Marie is having a great old time right now. And then the last one was Satis, which is fertility and satisfaction. I think that's the River Nile. And she's got the Ankh there as well. It's 32. She initiates new projects and sends her energy forward to create them. As a goddess of fertility, she pours out the life-giving waters to dry, parched Egypt. She was the goddess of the annual flooding of the River Nile. Heralded by the Sirius rising in the northern skies. Through her connecting the star energies with the rising of the Nile at the right time, she is connected to the number 7. She creates good flow in things in life, positive change, satisfaction and abundance coming to my friend. Because we think that this is all there is, but there's so much more. So you can have abundance on any level. Yes, and a new flow of spiritual awareness coming in. So that protection, that support, that new fire, that creativity, that heavenly message to say that there is new life and new flowing energy from this life. I'm going to do colour now. We have coral. Coral says, allow flow and synchronicity into your life, 18. Coral is a beautiful colour, isn't it? Let's see if it makes any sense to us. It restores physical vitality with its grounding properties, releasing stress, worry, and anxiety. See things from a different point of view. Heal a broken heart. Bring synchronicity and flow into life. Visualize us crossing a coral bridge, and when you're moving up to the heavenly realms, to the other spaces, you're often given the idea of a bridge. So you cross over that bridge. I almost feel like she hasn't fully crossed over that bridge yet, but it's like you cross over the bridge, which is often called the Rainbow Bridge. But here it says visualize crossing a coral bridge to bring more synchronicity and ease into your life. So it leads you on the right path. It's the vibration that makes things happen in a synchronistic way. Yeah, that's about the bridge, crossing the bridge. All these little messages in all of this, you have to take them for what they're just giving you for the now. So if any of you have lost anyone close, or know someone who's lost anyone close, this might actually help them as well. So feel free to share. So now we're going to move to Mother Mary, who was absolutely with Anne-Marie a lot and was present in a lot of our sessions together, and with very powerful energy. So the loving mother. So I'm just shuffling now to see if we can get a card that will prove to be interesting with regards to Mother Mary and her message to us, her message to Anne-Marie, and how we can use her energy to heal our hearts, to heal the pain. You know, grief is a funny one. It'll come in moments when you're not expecting it, and it'll be felt as strong as the first time you grieved. But that's important. It's just a different layer that kind of is under there that need to kind of come up for that extra release. So we have a card. I don't know what it is yet. I've just got my little book. These are quite long, so I'll see how much of it is relative. Our Lady of Ripening on the Vine. So we've got a lot of fruits. We've got pears. We've got eggs. We've got the peace stuff. We've got the roses. The flowers. We've got sort of a little, almost like a golden face or a temple. Our Lady of the Ripening Vine. It's number 4. So that's the second 4 that's come up for us. That was the Welcome Home 4. I ask that you surrender your future thinking to me. Although your future contains the promise of great blessings, do not let this distract you from the blessing I bestow upon you in this moment. I ask you to open your arms to my blessings in the here and now. You are the sweet fruit, heavy on the vine. Time for harvest has come. This is your time. Well, as a message to my friend who has moved to the next place, this is a time of great blessing for her. She must open her arms to that mother energy and receive all the blessings that are ready for her. The Divine wants us to live our light now, to benefit ourselves and the world with our presence now. Yes, we're always growing. Yes, there is readiness within you now. This oracle comes to you as confirmation there is something within you, something of you that is ready. Even if the immediate reality doesn't match the fantasy that you have once held about your life, how it would be when you finally share more of yourself with the world, you are still ready, and this is your time to shine. In this shining forth, that the manifestation can happen now, not in waiting for it to happen before you reach the destination. If you do this, the destination will always be in your future rather than happening now. Your manifestation happens through you as you acknowledge that you are what you are seeking already. It's just bringing it to light that needs to happen now. So very much when you postpone everything to the future, how do we know there's a future? How do we know we'll be here tomorrow or the next day? We don't. We actually don't. So in your moments now, in your moments today, contemplate, that's it. Your now moment is your life. And we put things off, we postpone our joy, we postpone our enjoyment of life, we postpone the things we want to do, the things we want to say, connections we want to make. But life is happening through you now, as you breathe, as you sit, as you watch. That's life. The Mother asks you to honour the light that is ignited within you now and act upon it with utter faith. It's not just building spiritual consciousness for a future time, building it to live it now. Now is the time to trust. Now is the time to know that you are her chosen child, her heavenly daughter or son, but in this case daughter. That you are divine in the flesh, so this reminder that we're divine beings here on the planet, and when our flesh body drops, we are and we continue to be divine beings and continue to have that purpose. That purpose is with us. You are more ready than you think you are. For whatever adventure most concerns your heart, or is already right at your feet, do not shy away, for this is your time of harvest. And people misconstrue the whole passing over to be a time of emptiness and nothingness, but it is not. It is where you get your reward, where you return home and you receive the unconditional love, the power of it. She was ready for that. Fruit that is not gathered and eaten will rot, feeding the earth to be born again. Nothing is wasted. Yet that fruit could be savoured sweetly by those capable of receiving. There's so much waiting for her in this moment to gather her harvest, to accept the goodness and to let that fill her heart. She has worked hard for this harvest. Let it be rich and bountiful in all ways. Let her divine inheritance come to her now, as naturally as fruit ripening on the vine. Naturally as fruit ripening on the vine. Beautiful. That's your read, guys. And it's my little dedication to a friend, a teacher, a colleague, a client, and how the more you work through your spiritual work, the more, particularly as a medium, as a healer, as a psychic, intuitive, someone who is aware of the other side a lot, we must remember they're not a million miles away. They're still with us. They're still here. They're still present. They're still active. They're still full of purpose and meaning and receiving reward and blessing and tutoring and up-leveling. And she is the Atlantean master. And she has more work to do to return the golden age, to assist from where she can. Everything that she's been working with and working for us and working for the earth. So much earth healing all through lockdown. We started our Zoom calls. Our group grew. We got together every day. We were intensely working together. You know, she did so much work for everyone. And now we are saying, Anne-Marie, accept your blessings, accept your harvest, take it and let it sweeten your next phase. Let it bring joy. Let it bring that overwhelming love, because you have earned it. And we appreciate everything that you have done for us. We appreciate the conversations, the jokes, the laughs. We appreciate you and everything that you went through in your life. And we send you much blessings and much love and much admiration for taking this step. Many of you won't know, but Anne-Marie was doing a lot on the death process, the dying process. So in a way, she had done her preparation. And I truly believe she is okay. And with that, I'm going to leave you in peace today, Tuesday, 30th of June, the last day of June. May you have a wonderful week ahead, and let me know if this helps. But to Anne-Marie, blessings. Good to know you and to continue to know you.